Hi, my name is Noni Matigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about denials that Mbekiseni made on that witness box on Thursday. There's a lot of denials that he has made. I want us to look into them and you tell me if this Mbekiseni is the man that they say he is the reason the people have been arrested or he is the trigger point of the allegations. There, how then is he going to sit there and be saying, what? Me? I said that? No, I don't know that. No. And there is also so many shocking. When I say shocking, I mean shocking. There's so many shocking things that are happening there. He denies even play. Guys. Geninda. Oh my God. Anyway, so I want us to talk about all of that in this video. Sorry, because wow, the denials are a lot for someone who is a trigger point. For someone who is a trigger point of people's arrest, the denials are a lot. Firstly, this Mbekiseni tells the court that I was never contacted by Geninda. He has never asked me any question. I never had any encounter like that with Geninda. Mind you, this guy is the guy, according to Geninda, and the statement that he wrote, claiming it was from Mr. Absalom Zungu. According to them, this man is the one that told Absalom Zungu about the story that led to the arrest of accused number 1 and 2. And then from accused number 1 and 2, they got the so-called confessions. But the person was never investigated, never interviewed, nix. No statement from him. No statements were taken from him. Luto. Now let's look at all his denials, Kengo. Okay, let's look into that. Because I'll treat Thursday as the latest Senzumeyiwa trial testimony. That one is the best thing ever since the sliced bread. Thursday's testimony is the best thing since the sliced bread, Gesana. Now let us separate the denials into categories: identity, conversations, locations, knowledge, and legal impact of it all. Okay, now Mbekiseni Ntanzi's courtroom denials. Let's do a deep dive into that. Mbekiseni Ntanzi's testimony was dangerous for the state because he did not merely say, I don't know. He denied the foundation story that links Bongani Ntanzi, aka Mafika, to the alleged information trial through Absalom Zungu and Geninda. Catch that? Yes. Now we have these reports now from straight inside the courtroom because we were watching that Mbekiseni denied claims that he informed anyone about Ntanzi's so-called alleged involvement and rejected claims from the alleged Absalom Zungu statement. Now, number one, on the denials, he denied telling Absalom Zungu that Bongani Ntanzi was involved. This is the biggest denial of them all. Ramsipile asked him whether he told Absalom Zungu that Musi Sibia and Bongani Ntanzi were involved in the Senzumeyiwa murder. Mbekiseni's answer was, no, I didn't. That denial attacks the alleged source claim and source chain. Mbekiseni, look at the chain. Mbekiseni, Arrow, Absalom Zungu, Arrow, Constable Zungu, stroke Geninda, Arrow, Geninda, Arrow profiling, Arrow arrest. See that? That is shocking, Kesan. Oh, my dear, manjalo. No, dear, no. It can't be like that. I was. So if Mbekiseni says he never said it, then the court is left asking, where did that information really come from? That is denial number one of the most challenging ones. Second denial, he denied saying another brother wanted to report Mafika to police. The alleged statement suggests a family conflict angle that another brother would not fight Mafika but would report him to police over Senzo's murder. Mpekiseni denied telling Absalom Zungu that story. That matters because the state needs that line to make the alleged statement sound like inside family knowledge. His denial turns it into possible hearsay, contamination, or reconstruction. Do you see why these things need to be investigated high up? Do you see why it's important that the 19th of March, sort of May happen that much? Yes. Third, denial. He denied knowing about the murder events. From your courtroom notes, Mpekiseni was clear that he had no knowledge of the 2014 murder incident itself. Do you guys remember that? Check your notes. Check your notes. Yeah? That is powerful because it means he cannot be used as a factual witness on what happened in Vosloorus. His evidence only becomes relevant if the state can prove he was source of later information, but he denies being that source. Clock that. Denial number 4. He denied knowing Muzi Sibiya. That for me was shocking. Kodwa kuthiwa uyamazi ngabo Gininda. He also denied knowing Muzi Sibiya. That is huge because the alleged statement links Muzi Sibiya and Bongani Ndanzi together. If Mpekiseni does not know Sibiya, the question becomes, how would he confidently tell Absalom Zungu that Sibiya and Ndanzi were involved together? Make it make sense. Denial number 5. He denied conversations about the alleged fight involving Mafika. The alleged statement appears to contain a story about a fight or argument involving Bongani, Mafika, and another brother. Mpekiseni denied knowing about such a fight. This weakens the background credibility of the statement. If the small family context details are denied, then the bigger accusations become even shakier. That was denial number 5. Do you see 5 denials in one statement? Denial number 6. He denied location-related claims. That one shocked me to the core again. I was like, highway now. What do you mean now? Hi. From my understanding, I'm sure now we're on your notes, you know this. He denied knowledge of places or events, including not knowing a certain location or not connecting them to the allegations. He says he has never been to Durban, eThekwini, KwaMashu, Squatter Camp. He doesn't know that place. He has never been to Durban in his life. I don't know what his age, but in his life, he sounds older than Ndanzi. Now, he doesn't know eThekwini. He doesn't know eThekwini, guys. He has never been eThekwini. Leave Mashu out of it. Let's talk about Durban. He doesn't know. He's never been to Durban. Never been to Durban. Imagine that. This matters because false or confused geography can show that the statement may not have come from the person it is attributed to, or that the information was badly recorded, mixed up, or inserted later. Ugininda is exposed, guys. He is bloody exposed. Why these denials matter legally? The denials create a direct problem for the state. The alleged statement cannot simply prove itself. If Absalom Zungu's statement says Mpekiseni told me, but Mpekiseni says I never told him, then the state must explain the contradiction. They may need Absalom Zungu, Constable Zungu Gininda, or the statement taker to prove how that information entered the docket. Now, please, let's clear one thing. Mpekiseni, now we have Mpekiseni and Absalom Zungu saying we never said that to each other. That situation never happened. What is written in that statement never happened. Both of them are saying, Mpekiseni, the denials, they were denied by Absalom Zungu self. Now, the nuclear point is, Mpekiseni did not just deny one sentence, he denied being the source of the entire information pipeline that helped justify profiling Bongani Ndanzi. That is why his testimony is dangerous. It does not prove Bongani Ndanzi is innocent by itself, but it seriously attacks the credibility of the pathway that allegedly led investigators to him. So if that story is a lie, what else is a lie? Yeah, let's say it still does not prove Ndanzi did not do the crime, but you still, as a state, have not proven that Ndanzi did the crime. The state is still unable to put Ndanzi to the crime scene. Problem. What are your thoughts when it comes to the denials, guys? I'll see you on our next video. Let's talk later. Thank you so much. Do enjoy your day. Bye-bye.